Hey, what's going on, Facebook? What's happening, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Ken Cloutier of GetMotivatedForSuccess.com. I live down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I teach network marketers and entrepreneurs how to generate more leads for their business, sponsor more reps, and make more money. And welcome to another live broadcast of Mind Your Business, because that's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about your business and how we can help you build it by generating leads, prospecting, mindset, closing, sponsoring, making money, all that fun stuff. So if this is your first time on or you're hopping on, give me a shout out. Let me know where you're coming from. Not give me a shout out, but I want to give you a shout out. How about that? Let me know where you're coming from. If it's your first time, awesome, welcome. I do these live broadcasts every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to continue to see these live broadcasts, be sure to like my Facebook fan page right here and click follow, and you will get notified every time I do these live broadcasts, specifically Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tonight what I want to talk about is, man, I must be slumping or I'm short. Well, I am short, but there we go. So tonight what I want to talk about is an easy way to make cold market prospecting less awkward. I've been in network marketing for 16 years, and for 13 years, give or take, about 13 years, I had done the old school method. The old school method is talk to anybody that has a pulse that you come in contact with on a regular basis. Cold market prospecting. Gas stations, airports, the malls, you name it, that's where I contacted people. I made new friends, and that's a good, effective way to do it. I built a very successful network marketing business doing it that way. Now I teach more online lead generation, but it's still important. It's still something that you should do on a regular basis. The reason why a lot of people struggle with it and don't want to do it is because it can be kind of awkward. Even today, I've had situations where it can get kind of awkward when I'm talking to somebody, to see if they're looking or if they're open to, my business opportunity. It happens, right? It's awkward to walk up to somebody, introduce yourself, start small talk, and then turn around and ask them if they're looking to make money. It can be very awkward. And a lot of people don't do cold market prospecting, even though that's the only method they know, because it's awkward. It can be awkward. And therefore, their business doesn't grow because they have nobody to talk to. They've already gone through their friends and families. So now it's like, all right, now I got to go meet people. How the heck do I do that? And how do I make it less awkward? And that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. Now, there's two different ways in my experience that it can get awkward. The first way is, what do you say to people? Like, how do you break the ice? How do you strike up a conversation? You see somebody over there, maybe you're at the gas station pumping gas, and somebody that you want to talk to about your business opportunity pulls up in the next gas pump over, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, I want to talk to this person, but I don't know what to say. How many of you ever had that situation? I want to really talk to this couple, but I'm not really sure what to say. How do I do it without seeming really weird? Because that's what people care most about, and you need to break that pattern of caring what other people think more than you think about yourself. But that's a different topic, totally different broadcast that I'll do another time. So one easy method that I've learned and that I use today to strike up a conversation is I look for what I call free information. Free information. Now, what free information is it's something about that person, about your location, about what you're doing, the weather. It could be any of those things. That's free information. It's something that you know and they know. Free information. It's in your environment. It's something that you don't have to ask a question about. It's something that you already know. So, for example, I love to give examples. Let's say I'm going to approach some guy that's pumping gas. Maybe he pulls up in a Mercedes-Benz, let's say, for instance. And I want to talk to him about business. Well, The free information could be, what is he wearing? Right? Not that I'm like checking out people and stuff, but what is he wearing? What kind of car does he drive? I see that. I see what he's wearing. I see what the weather's like. I see any kind of things that are going on around us. Is there somebody being loud? Is there somebody, arguing or whatever? I'm looking for free information that I can bring up to this prospect that I want to talk to. So one of my go-to favorites if I'm at the gas station is I like cars, so I like to talk about cars. Okay. Now you don't have to like cars to still talk about the car, because check out what I do. So I'm pumping gas. Maybe I just finished. That guy's pumping gas. What I like to do is I like to walk up to him and I like to say, hey, I'll say, hey, how's it going, man? I don't even introduce my name yet. Say, hey, how's it going, man? He says, good, good. Man, that's a really nice Mercedes you have there. What year is that? Right? And number one thing you have to realize is people love compliments. I always, 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 always open up my dialogue with a prospect in the cold market with a compliment. When you compliment somebody, I won't say they automatically like you, but it's building rapport. It's like depositing into the I like you bank. Deposit when you compliment somebody. So I might compliment him on his car. Okay. Hey, that's a sharp looking Mercedes you got there. What year is that? Oh, it's a 2016, 2017. Wow, that's really, really nice. I mean, you keep it in really good shape. You take really good care of it, right? That's 2 compliments I've given. So that's how I get the conversation going, right? Now, obviously, you can keep the conversation going by, asking them other questions. Do you, another question I like to ask is, how's the gas mileage on this? They're pumping gas, folks, so they obviously would know how their gas mileage is. It's a nice car, blah, blah, blah. How's it get on gas? What horsepower is it? Oh, yeah, 20 miles a gallon. Wow, that's like, you must be filling up every other day. Do you travel a lot for work? Now, see, I asked the question. I spun my question about the car, the gas mileage, for example, and he'll respond however. Doesn't matter how he responds there, or what he says. Good gas mileage, bad gas mileage, doesn't matter. But he responds, and now I spin it to find out, what does he do? You must put a lot of gas in going to work and stuff. You work far from here? Yeah, I work about 20 miles away. So, cool, what do you do? Now I find out what he does. I get him talking about himself, right? So I'm not going to go into all the entire conversation, but usually it's a 3 to 5 minute conversation that I'll have with people. So that's the first way that I open up dialogue, that it can be awkward for a lot of people. Free information. I look for stuff that I can strike up the conversation, that the person is either like wearing, what they're driving, where they're at, if they're at a specific store, do you shop here often, whatever. Just come up with something in your environment that's free, that you can strike up that conversation for, okay? So that's the first way that a lot of people, they find it awkward to strike up the conversation. Now, number 2 way that it can be awkward is when you get ready to ask the person if they're looking to make more money. That's why you talk to them in the first place, right? You want to find out if they're a prospect for your business. And I know that sometimes when you're in the middle of a conversation, it can get tricky to figure out, okay, well, how do I bring up business if we're talking about their kids? How do I bring up business if we're talking about their job? How do I bring up business if we're talking about the weather, right? So a great way to do it, and I learned this, I can't take the credit, I learned it from Higdon. And I've shared this in other videos before, but again, this is money if you get this, guys. This is money. It's called break in communication. BIC. B-I-C. Break in communication. Now, the reason why using a break in communication works is that it gets you off the hook from having to talk too much. So have you ever done before where you ask somebody, so are you looking to make some extra money, outside of your current job, if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing, or whatever you say, right? And they're like, yeah, what is it? Or, yeah, can you give me more details? Yeah, it depends what it is, right? You get those kind of questions, and then you probably find yourself, spending the next 30 minutes trying to explain your business opportunity, and then the person's like, nah, I'm not interested, right? It's like a waste of time, and who wants to be in a situation where you're being pelted with question after question? How much does it cost? What is it? What's the name of the company? How can I make money? Can I make money in 2 days? How does it work? I don't get it, right? You get all these questions, and by the time you finish talking to somebody like this, you're like exhausted. You're like, oh my God, that was like one person I met. I got to go out and meet 4 more people, or I got to go meet 10 more people. And it can be kind of overwhelming for a lot of people, especially if they're not, if they're not real social, if they already are hesitant of talking to people, having to go through your mind, oh my God, I'm going to have to answer 15 different questions just to find out if that person's looking. So there's an easy way to do it. It's called a break in communication. Excuse me. Now, the break in communication is a very simple process that you can do to avoid talking too much, to avoid having to answer 101 questions. But it helps to get you in and get you out. That's your goal. Get in, talk to the person, get out with a phone number. That's it. That's your goal. So the way a break in communication works is you're talking to John. I always use John. Let's say Sam. You're talking to Sam. Let's use the example at the gas station. You talk about his Mercedes. You find out what he does. He's an attorney. He lives in the area. He works 20 miles from there. You find out that, he likes his job. It pays the bills. But, overall, he's like, I'm not like thrilled about it, but I make good money. Right? Let's say that's the scenario. So the way you use a break in communication is before you ask the question, if he's looking, before you go into your hey, just curious, are you open-minded to making extra money? Before you go into that, you let Sam know, listen, Sam, I gotta hop on this call. It was nice meeting you, or something you have to do. Make up something. You have to get on a call. You have to head out to go pick up your kids. You have to meet your wife or husband somewhere. The turkey's in the oven. Come up with an excuse as to why you need to break the communication. You need to cut it off. Otherwise, you'll be there for an hour and a half. So I find out all this stuff about Sam. My next response at that point is going to be, hey Sam, listen, I gotta hop on this conference call, and I usually like to even though I don't wear a watch, I usually still end up looking at my wrist. Hey Sam, listen, I gotta hop on this conference call here in about 2 minutes. You don't want to hesitate like that. Hey, listen, Sam, I gotta hop on this conference call in about 2 minutes. But listen, before I go, just curious, do you at all keep your options open when it comes to making money or a side project outside of your firm if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing? Right? Something like that. However you want to say it. Right? But you asked the question. But what did you do first? You prefaced it with, listen, Sam, I got to hop on this conference call in about a minute and a half. But before I go, right? So you're prefacing this. You're setting yourself up to be able to go. But before I do that, just curious, I'm expanding a project in the area. Do you ever keep your options open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing, with some money potential? And Sam is going to say one of 3 things. He's going to say one of 3 things. He's going to say yes, he's going to say no, or he's going to say, what is it? That's all he's going to say. He's going to say one of those 3 things. If he says, yes, I'm always looking. What do you got? Okay, or if he says, well, yeah, but what is it? Or possibly, but what is it? Right? One of those 2 scenarios. Yes, I am, or yeah, but what is it? He's kind of like, yeah, I guess. It depends what it is. Right? Here's what you do. This is your next move. You go back to your break in communication. You say, Sam, listen, awesome. I'm glad you're looking. But listen, like I said, I gotta hop on this call here. Now I'm down to about 30 seconds. I gotta hop on this call here. But I'll tell you what. Give me your number, a way I can get in contact with you, and I promise you I'll give you a call tomorrow and give you more of the details. But I gotta hop on this call right now. So here, just give me your number, and I promise you I'll call you tomorrow, and we can talk about it in a little bit more detail, discuss it, see if it's a fit for you or not. Either way is cool. Okay. Now, a couple things I want to point out here. Number one is you, instead of trying to say, well, it's a double matrix with a flip side Ruby cluster, best paying network marketing opportunity out there. It's a ground floor, it's this, it's that, it's spider matrix. You don't go into any of that. You say that's awesome that you're looking, but listen, I have to jump on this call. So you bring that back up again, right? You're getting yourself out of the conversation. But go ahead and give me your name and number, and I promise you, note that word, promise, I promise you, I'll give you a call tomorrow and we can discuss it in more detail and see if it's a fit or not for you. Either way is cool with me, right? Now, why do I say promise instead of just saying, well, give me your number and, I'll call you? The reason you say promise is because if I promise you something, you watching, right? If I promise you something, who benefits? You do, because I'm promising to give you something. There's something that I'm giving to you, so you benefit. If I just say, give me your number and I'll call you, who benefits? I benefit, because now you're just giving your number away with nothing in return. Yeah, I say I'm going to call, but that doesn't. Everybody says, hey, I'll call you, we'll do lunch, right? I benefit if I just say, hey, give me your number, or even if I don't say I'll call you, if I just say, hey, give me your number, and I'll get in contact with you. They benefit, I benefit there. But if I say, I promise to call you tomorrow, they benefit. Your prospect benefits. You're giving them something, okay? That's why you use the word promise there. So, Sam, jot down your number, and I promise I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we can discuss it in further detail and see if it's the right fit for you. Okay? Now, if you're saying you're going to promise, you better call them the next day. Right? You better schedule it in your phone, and you need to call them because you're promising them to call. Now, many times they'll be like, okay, cool, and they'll give you the number, and boom, off you go. All right, hey Sam, it was great meeting you. I'll promise to give you a call tomorrow, and then you head on out, right? Sometimes, however, you'll get people that are like, well, I don't really like to give my number out to people. Can you tell me a little bit more about it, and if it's something I'm interested in, then I'll give you my number. Right? So they kind of push back a little bit. Well, if they push back like that and say, well, can you just tell me a little bit more? I just want to know if it's something I'm interested in now, so, you don't have to call me if I'm not interested. That sort of thing. What I like to do is I like to say, Sam, I totally appreciate that. I get it, but listen, like I said, I have to hop on this call right now. So, listen, if you're not open-minded, that's totally cool with me. But if you are interested in learning more about how, we're making money, and if you're open to it, then just go ahead. I promise you, I'll give you a call tomorrow. Just put down your number and we can discuss it in more detail tomorrow. You literally repeat what you just said. Okay? Now, if they still push back, if they're like, well, I'm not going to give my number. You got to tell me what it is. What's the company name? You say, listen, Sam, it was a pleasure meeting you, but I got to hop on this call right now. Listen, it doesn't sound like it's a fit for you at this time. Good luck with everything, and you take care. Now, when I've done that, about 90% of the time, they come back. The Sam will come back and be like, whoa. Okay, all right, here's my number. Please give me a call tomorrow. I want to find out more about this. It's amazing. You take it away a bunch of times because you're not acting desperate to get their number. You're in control of the situation. It's amazing how many times they will come back to you, even though they were acting stubborn, and be like, whoa, okay, here is my number. Because it's a fear of loss. They fear losing out on something good, right? Even though their stubborn brain is saying, well, I'm not going to give you my number unless you tell me more. They still, in the back of their mind, they fear loss. So when you say, well, listen, like I said, I got to get on this call. So, hey, doesn't sound like it's the right fit for you. No big deal. You don't care. You're hang loose. Sam is the one that has something to lose, so he's going to want to give you his number, okay? That doesn't happen all the time, where they push back twice, but it's happened, and 90% of the time when they do push back twice, I use that second line that I just said, and they want to give me the number. So if they do push back after you've told them, give me your number. I promise to give you a call tomorrow. I'm going to push back one time. Just use your thing. Hey, listen, like I said, I got to hop on this call. You know, if you want to give me your number, I promise to give you a call. We can discuss it in further detail. If not, hey, no big deal. Right? So that is how you can make prospecting less awkward. So you don't feel like you're constantly having to explain your business. You don't feel like you're constantly having to, get all these questions, thrown at you. Because what happens is if you answer one question, I feel like there's something crawling on me. I'm losing it. What happens if you answer one question to a prospect, guess what they're going to do? They're going to ask you another question and another question. And 4 questions comes to 5 questions. 5 questions goes to 10 questions. And then you've talked them into it, you've talked them out of it, you've talked them back in, and you've talked them back out. It doesn't work. Don't waste your time. Use the break in communication. Okay? So, to quickly recap, to start conversations, to start up a conversation with somebody can feel kind of awkward. Look for free information. Compliment them on something. Hey, those are some nice shoes you have there. Where did you get them? Hey, I like your shirt. Where did you get it? Nice car. Compliment them on something. Right? Look for free information. That's a nice tie you're wearing. Where'd you get the tie? Compliment them. That is an easy way to get the ball rolling, to strike up the conversation. Now, once you have the conversation going, obviously you use the, family, occupation, recreation, right? What do they do? Are they from around here? That sort of thing. Get to know them a little bit. A 2-3 minute conversation, not a 30-minute conversation. A 2 to 3 minute conversation. Now, the second part is that people find awkward is, how do I bring up business? How do I bring up business? And the way you do that is you break the communication. So they're talking about their kids, they're talking about their job, they're talking about this, that, and the other thing. Awesome. It's good stuff. They're talking, right? You're building a little rapport. And then what you do when you're ready to say, okay, I'm ready to ask the question. Are they looking? That's when you do the break in communication. Hey, Sam, listen, I got to catch a flight. Sam, listen, I gotta run and make a quick call here before I head out. I got to hop on this conference call. I got to hop on a webinar, whatever. Come up with any excuse, right? This is the one time I tell you to come up with an excuse. The only time I'm going to tell you to come up with an excuse is for a break in communication, all right? So come up with something. Hey, I got to hop on a call, got to pick up my kids, whatever, right? Once you do that, listen, I got to hop on this call in about a minute here. But before I do that, just curious, do you keep your options open for a side project if it didn't interfere with what you're currently doing to make money, or however you want to say it? They're going to say yes, no, or what is it? If they say yes, I am, or they say, yeah, what is it? Those 2 scenarios, then what you do is you say, listen, like I said, I got to hop on this call, but go ahead, jot down your number, and I promise I'll give you a call tomorrow, and we can discuss it in more detail to see if it's a fit. Boom, that's it. Then be quiet and just get the number. They give you the number, boom, you're off. On to the next one. On to the next one. Okay? Now, if they give you any little pushback, well, can you tell me a little bit more before I give you my number? Hey, listen, John, or Sam, I'd love to go into more details here, but right now it's just not the right time because I got to hop on this call like I told you about. So if you want to give me your number, I promise to give you a call. We'll go into more details. If not, that's okay. No big deal. Now the ball's in their court. Now they have a decision to make. Do I want to give them my number to find out what this is all about? Or am I willing to walk away with the possibility of losing out on something? Fear of loss. Most times they will give you the number at that point. Okay, most times. They push back a second time. Again, hey, John, I thought I made it pretty clear. I got to hop on this call now, but listen, it doesn't sound like it's for you. It doesn't sound like you're really open-minded. Hey, that's no big deal. Good luck with everything. You take care. I got to jump on this call. You can even start taking your phone out. And like I said, 90% of the time, man, they come right back. And like, okay, here's my number. Boom. So rewatch this video. Write down some of these little scripts. These things work, folks. These work. It will make your prospecting much less awkward because you have a way out. You don't feel that weird, do I answer questions or don't I? And if you say, if they ask you what company it is and you're like, well, I can't tell you, well, that doesn't really come across as a strong method, right? They're kind of, then now they're suspicious. Now they're like, what is this guy doing? Was he trying to get me in, right? If you're like, I can't answer any questions, you just have to watch the video. That doesn't come across very well. You are in control of the conversation. You're in control of the flow of how people enter your business. You're not desperate. So you want to control every step of the way, because when you get on the phone with them, you're going to control whether you send them the video or whether you set up a sit down belly to belly to talk to them. You're in control of that. You decide if you want to sit down with them or not. They don't. You do. Okay? So you have to maintain your composure, maintain your posture all the way throughout the process. And the way you can do that is using that break in communication, because it allows you to keep the control rather than having your prospect asking you 101 questions because you got to go. Busy people are more attractive than non-busy people. And I'm telling you, when you use the break in communication, Sam is going to be like looking out for your phone call, because Sam wants to know what the business is all about. You have his mouth watering. He's like, I want to know more, but I have to wait till tomorrow for that phone call. So Sam's going to be by his phone waiting on your call. And when you do call him, hey Sam, it's Ken. We met yesterday over at the gas station. We were talking about your Mercedes and stuff. And I talked to you about, business. Is that still true? Are you still looking? Yes, I am. What is it? And then now that you have them one-on-one, you can tell them a little bit more. Well, it's a home business. We're a health and wellness company. We're a travel company. We're blah, 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 blah. We're expanding. I have a 20-minute video, or I'd like to sit down to set up a time where we can talk face-to-face and I can show you the numbers and show you all the products and what it's about and stuff. Now you're in control, okay? That's huge. That's huge. Rather than trying to lose control by telling them everything and then you're calling them back and they already know what it is. So they don't want to sit down with you because they already have it. They've already Googled the name of the company, or they think they know what it is. They're not sure, but they don't want to set up a time to sit down with you because they're not. You know what I mean? So maintain your posture throughout. That is the best way to do that. Okay. So I hope you guys got some great value from this. Hopefully it will help you make it a little less awkward when you're cold market prospecting, because we still have to prospect. As much as I teach people how to generate leads online, prospecting is still a good thing to do. It's still effective. It's immediate. It's quicker. So you want to make it as less awkward as possible. So if you got value from this, guys, feel free to share this to your teammates, people that that are trying to prospect. Maybe they're not having a good time doing it. Maybe they find it difficult. Maybe they're struggling with that. Share this video with them. Say, hey, listen, I learned some cool tips and pointers on how to make it a little less awkward for you when you're talking to people about business. Check out this video, right? And start using these scripts and watch how simple it becomes, okay? Now, for those of you that maybe you are prospecting in the cold market, maybe you're not, either way is okay. But if you want to learn how to generate leads online so that people are coming to you, if you want to build your brand, if you want to attract your target audience, your perfect market that will buy from you, that will want to join your business, then go to this website right here, www.getmotivatedforsuccess.com/mastery. On the other end, there's a 12-minute video that explains and talks about how to use attraction marketing to get people reaching out to you rather than you having to go out to them. So you can now become the hunted instead of the hunter. Go to this website right here, www.getmotivatedforsuccess.com/mastery. In that 12-minute video, we'll talk about attraction marketing, how it works, and the tools that you have to have if you want to have and build an online presence where you can have people raising their hands saying, hey, I'm interested in learning more about what you're doing. Okay? It's clickable. I think it's either above or below the video. You can click on it, but go right there, check it out. 12-minute video. If it's for you, great. If it's not, great, awesome, no biggie. I've at least equipped you so that you can prospect offline. But if you're somebody like how I was, where I was sick of prospecting offline, I was like, man, I'm tired of meeting people. I'm tired of going to the grocery stores and I don't have to buy anything. I'm just trying to act like I'm going to buy something, right? I was tired of that, right? 13 years of that got tiring. And I was like, I want people to come to me. I'm tired of hunting people. I want people coming to me. And I found it through attraction marketing. And these are the exact tools that I'm using. So Go to www.getmotivatedforsuccess.com/mastery. Learn what those tools are, get access to those tools, and you can access it for 10 days for $10. Literally, you can give it a trial run, see if it works for you. I'll personally be working with you to help you start generating leads. And 10 days, you can try it out for $10. My God, $10. If not, no big deal, you get your money back. But when I help you start generating leads, you're going to love it and you want to stick with it, because it's a system that has everything that you need to build your business online and get prospects coming to you. So I'm going to shut up now. I hope you guys got some value. Thanks for hopping on. I value your time. I'm honored and blessed that you took the time to watch this. That's awesome. I hope you did get value. Drop me a comment below. Let me know you got some awesome value. Feel free to share this, like I said. And if you have any questions at all, feel free, drop me a comment, or you can give me a call. I have my number right here. You can call me if you have any questions. If you ever have any suggestions for what you'd like to see on this Mind Your Business broadcast, send me a message. Say, hey, Ken, can you cover how to close prospects? Or how can I share my opportunity better? Or whatever questions, whatever you struggle with. Drop me a comment. Let me know, because I always love taking ideas. I like to answer questions on the broadcast. So I feel if you have a question, then there's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of other people that have the same exact question. And I can do a broadcast live like this, can answer your question, help you out any way that I can. So I'm humbled that y'all are watching this. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for jumping on. I will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another live broadcast of Mind Your Business. Mind Your Business. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. All right, this is Ken Cloutier of GetMotivatedForSuccess.com down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I had fun. I hope you did too. Hope you got some great value. I'll see you tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out.